Hey everybody, it's day 8. I'm still, 100% raw on my raw food diet. I haven't had anything but raw fruit, vegetables, and a little bit of nuts. Kind of ran out of nuts the other day, so I haven't had a lot of those the last day or so. But um, I've kind of had it rough today. Today's been rough for me. I know it's a lot of little things, but they all kind of add up. I got up this morning and realized I'd kind of let myself run out of some of my more favorite things as far as my raw food things, the vegetables and fruits that I like. I'd totally out of avocados, no nuts left. I kind of felt myself wanting all day long, and I was a little tempted a couple times today to just go down to Taco Bell and get me a burrito, but I stuck it out and I didn't do that. And later tonight, my buddy, I've been talking to him on the phone saying, I kind of run out of this. He shows up to the house here, and he's got I don't know, 5 or 6 sacks full of produce. It took him 2 trips to carry it in. He brought me a bunch of avocados and tomatoes and peppers and the stuff I really like. And I thought, wow, that's a lot. You really didn't have to do that. It's good to have good friends. People that really care about you and are real supportive. Especially when you're trying to make a life change like this. And I saw him bring all that in, and then he goes back out to the car, and there he comes with 3 cases of bottled water, which are very helpful. I've been trying to just refill the bottles I have. The bottles are convenient, but I have no problem drinking tap water. But here he comes. I've got enough water to last me a few weeks now, so that was cool. Anyhow, today's reason for losing weight kind of ties in with that thing of good family and friends and people who are real supportive. One of many reasons I need to lose weight is I want to be able to help friends, with things that I can't do physically now because of my weight and how out of shape I am. I'm kind of dependent on other people, yet I can't really reciprocate when it comes to that type of help. I'd like to be physically able enough if my, grandparents or a friend that wasn't able to needed me to do some yard work or if I had to, work on their car or something like that, I would want to be able to. When I was a teenager, I did all that kind of stuff, and I tried to do what I could to help other people, and I think now that I'm getting healthy again, I think it's about time for some payback. I'm sure that my friends and family would love that, in a good way. Payback in a good way. I don't mean malicious or anything. Anyhow, question for today. Do you find in social situations involving food, such as, right now during the holidays, parties and Christmas dinners and things like that, do you find it hard to stay with your diet? And I'm sure the answer for most of us is going to obviously be yes. And the second part to the question is, what types of things do you use or say to combat that temptation? A lot of the times with friends and family, they may have some special recipe they make once a year, and you almost feel like you're insulting them if you don't try it. And I guess trying a small amount of that, unless of course you limit the types of food you eat, for the vegetarians out there and vegans and whatnot. Anyway, this question is more of a, question yourself. It's not necessarily something you need to post a comment for. If you feel comfortable doing that, feel free to, as much comments as possible are awesome because, it can help somebody else. But this is more of a I guess an introspection type, I think that's the right word, type question. So you know, what be thinking next day or so, what kinds of things can I use or say or do to help me, not be quite as tempted, or you're going to be tempted, but combat that temptation. Anyhow, I hope you guys are doing great with your weight loss or your decisions to start trying to lose some weight, get healthy. The healthy part's the big part. The weight loss is just kind of a added benefit. Anyhow, I hope you guys are all doing well. I'll see you tomorrow, and good night.